Hello YouTube and welcome to this 2v2 clan competition battle. Today's match is on the foothill with Justified and AusGameRager playing against the Takeda Amari Masatada and Shen. And today's videos are pretty much going to be a lot of clan competition today. I got a lot of replays from the Matsuda guys, so I hope you guys will enjoy this one. I was told that all of them are pretty cool. Without further ado, let's start and take a look at the forces. On the right here, you've got the forces of Justified, who you've seen in my past 4v4 battle. He's got 3 units of bow samurai. Behind them, he's got some Yari Yashigaru, and you can see that some of them are veterans. Finally, at the back, he's got a lot of katana samurai, 4 of them. He's got 2 Yari cavalry, and his general's bodyguard. And then on the left here, he's got a great guard, and that's AusGameRanger's forces. AusGameRanger has a I'm confused. Yeah, these are AusGameRanger's cavalry. He's got 2 Yari cav and a great guard. His main force is composed of a unit of Yari Yashigaru. They are protecting the flank there and here. And then he's got 4 units of these katana samurai. One of them has 5 chevrons, and there they are. And then he has some lone sword ashigaru units at the back. They're facing 2 other players, and you can see that their AusGameRager or Rager has taken the hill now, while Justified is kind of staying back there. Their opponents today are the Takeda Amari player. And he has, let's see what he has. He's got 4 sword units at the front. They're composed of katana samurai, and a lot of experience there. And then at the back, he's got some lone sword ashigaru. He does have some naginata samurai protecting his flanks. So you can see that his army is very low on bow units, low skirmish, low cav, and very infantry dependent. The other player, who is Shen has 3 units of these bow ashigaru, and you can see that they have a lot of experience. Then he has 2 more units of lone sword ashigaru here at the back, supporting his line. Finally, he's got 3 units of katana samurai, and there's his general. So you can see that Shen's forces kind of look outnumbered, and I think that means that he has hidden units, but we'll see in the battle. So you can see that GameRager is moving his forces here on the left, his cavalry, and he has captured this nice position here on the hill. You can see that this shrine building is going to start to get captured by Justified, and now you can see that he has his katana samurai there, and he also has his bows there. And notice that the opponents don't really have any cavalry, any visible cavalry so far. So this is going to give the Matsuda players a big advantage in this game in going with their bows and going around the enemy army and moving their katana units and their sword units around easily. So you can see now that Justified has started capturing this building, and you can see that the opponents are not really answering to that, and it looks like they're just trying to hold this position here, and I guess they want to hold that position. So let's go ahead and fast forward here. You can see some movement from AusGameRanger's cavalry on the right. Still no hidden units to be found. You can see some movement here from Justified, moving his bows toward the right here, and hidden units, and look at that. There's a unit of matchlike ashigaru here, and they are taking shots into the cavalry of AusGameRanger. I don't know if you'll see them, and you can see more cav here showing up, and there are light cavalry and Yari cavalry, and more cav coming in, so 2 light cav and 1 Yari cav alongside that matchlock ashigaru unit. So there is the cav that we thought was gonna be hidden, and you can see here some close-ups and a nice battle in the trees here, and the sun hitting them, and you can see that these matchlock units now are useless since they're not going to be able to do much. Another cav unit of another Yari cav unit is going to join the fight here, doing a downhill charge. You can see more matchlock ashigaru units in the trees, so it looks like Shen had more troops than we had initially thought. You can see now that AusGameRanger is sending his general there, because he needs to send his general there to keep his units morale up, because he needs that cavalry to stay. And you can see here that all the meanwhile meanwhile, while that has been happening, Justified has been using his bows, and he has damaged a lot of the units of the Takeda player. You can see that he's going to set his Yari Ashigaru here, hold a line. Let's see if he goes into spear wall or not. No, he doesn't. So he doesn't go into spear wall. Maybe he'll go into spear wall later. No, but you can see he's going to try and hold it there. And now his main bows are getting assaulted by these units here. You can see he's moving his general. At the meanwhile, in the back, AusGameRager is having great success because he moved his general there. He's going to win the cav fight on that side. You can see that Shun isn't really moving any of his forces. In comes AusGameRager's infantry, and let's see if Justified can hold this side over here. You can see that these bows are not really looking well. Some Yari cavalry getting thrown into the mix there, and here are some close-ups. You can see that he just wants to hold them there, and also at the same time more units coming in, and here come the reinforcements of Justified, and they are going to run right into the backs of these guys here, and that is going to pretty much sandwich all that. You can pretty much see now that in the back, the ruler of the backfield is indeed AusGameRager, and he routed most of the opponent's cavalry, and now he's going to run right into these bows. Let's see if they get got by this Lone Sword Ashigaru unit. They won't. You can see one unit of Katana Samurai, 5 Chevron 1 was sent in to fight with these Katana Samurai. The battle rages on here on the left flank. The units of the Takeda Amari player holding on surprisingly, and the Matsuda forces, some of them are routing now, and let's see how that fight goes. And here are some close-ups. You can see that these guys are fighting well. As I said, there were cavalry thrown there in the mix, and you can see that the shrine has fallen into the Matsuda player's hands. On the right side here, the Matsuda forces collapsed to these Lone Sword Ashigaru masses, and you can see now that more Katana Samurai coming in. Here's AusGameRager's general, and you can see that the forces of Justified have completely crumbled. In exchange for that, the forces of the Takeda player on the right have indeed crumbled as well. You can see that the forces of Shun are pretty much still intact. He is taking shots into these routing cavalry units, and let's see what happens here. You can see that now AusGameRager has to pretty much remove these infantry from the fight, and you can see that he has been rallying his troops and is going to hit these tired and hurt Lone Sword Ashigaru, and there's going to be a charge here. The units of the Takeda player are going to smash right into these Katana Samurai units, but there are spears close by, and these are some Yari Ashigaru, and you can see that cav is also going to start to waver and rout. You can see here that Justified's general is actually still alive, which is a good thing. He needs to keep him alive. You can see some Lone Sword Ashigaru units trying to come in. You can see that Shan's forces are pretty much disoriented. He hasn't really microed them well. And now the forces of the Takeda player are at a complete rout. They are all running. You can see here Justified's general's bodyguard is just cutting them down as they try to run away. And here, the last remaining forces of the Takeda Amari player, you can see that he has some Yari cavalry, and there's his more Yari cavalry. His general has been killed, and now it's all up to AusGameRager and how he will manage his troops. And let's see here what happens and how this goes down. And you can see that there are 2 buildings that are now owned by the Matsuda side, so it should be good for them. Here are his troops in the distance. The troops of Shan are preparing to pass through this little death pit here of all these bodies, and they're going to come through, and they're going to try to engage AusGameRager. I think AusGameRager at this point is trying to go back and get a better hill position so he can make a stand, or no, he's not. He's actually going to turn around and do a charge. These units are tired, and you can see that the troops, these Katana Samurai and Lone Sword Ashigaru units, are running away, and these bows are from the right may be able to hit them. Good spotting here by AusGameRager. He's not going to pursue that, and he's going to try to split his forces up, or so it seems. You can see that the Katana units and the sword units of Shan are indeed very tired as well, and they should be able to do some good damage. But let's see how this battle goes. Tired units against tired units. Katana Samurai with some upgrade versus Lone Sword Ashigaru units with some upgrade. So this is sword versus sword, and here's some action. And you can see on the map that the AusGameRager takes his general up on the hill away from the action. I guess this is safeguarding him from the bows. And look at that, Katana Samurai versus Katana Samurai, and there we go. And you can see now that indeed the Katana Samurai and the foot soldiers of Justified are going to win there. He did send some of them back to these bows, and there are more Lone Sword Ashigaru here, and you can see that these Matchlock Samurai, Matchlock Ashigaru are taking their shots as here they are reloading with the general in the vicinity. They're trying to take shots into the remaining forces, but that is not going to help much since the right side of Shan has completely went down. More shots here into these units. You can see that these Matchlock Ashigaru are taking shots into the units that are trying to hit them. So let's keep the camera here for a little bit. The same thing is pretty much happening on the other side. You can see that Shan's general has just moved, and here comes some Katana Samurai, and they're going to rush up the hill. Let's see if that Matchlock Ashigaru unit can take some shots. They take 1, 2, 3 shots, and they're going to get caught. The same thing has happened pretty much on the left here, but you can see that there is some of the units of Shan's forces are going to start routing. He does have a Boa Shigaru here, and they are taking shots into what seems to be that little group of infantry there. And you can see that Shan's forces are pretty much going to collapse here. And from the map and from the bodies, you can see that the main fight really, the first engagement happened in the woods. More engagement happened on this hill, but the main real fight was at this natural choke point here. And look at all these bodies. So with that, that will end the game. Good game to both players and to both parties. Hope you guys enjoyed that clan competition 2v2. And remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. And as always, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.